Hello and welcome to another edition of One-on-One Sports Webcast. I'm Jake Soder.
And I'm Preston Willett. We have a great show for you today, so bring on the quick hitters.
A high school quarterback was ejected from a game recently because he decided to celebrate scoring a touchdown with a Cam Newton Superman pose. Preston, is this ejection fair or is it foul?
I'm going to cheat a little bit here and say it's both.
Okay.
But because it's a rule, you know, we all know that high school and college officials are cracking down on penalties like this for celebration, so they're not taunting the other team.
Right.
But you got to let the kids play. These are 16, 17, 18-year-olds. You know, let them enjoy the game. Don't take all the fun out of it.
Exactly, and I understand why the rule is there, because you want to stop the whole team taunting celebrations, like really giving the other team slack and stuff like that.
Exactly.
You want to stop the big celebrations, but this simple Cam Newton pose?
Yeah, this is just a guy imitating his, childhood hero. This is his favorite player. Let him do a little Superman pose.
And it's such a simple move that it doesn't necessarily warrant an ejection.
It takes like 2 seconds, and like maybe 2 people saw it, and one of them happened to be the official.
Exactly. I have a huge problem with them ejecting the kid for this. It's just such a simple move that it really shouldn't be that big of a factor in a game.
Exactly. USC has fired their student manager for deflating game balls below regulation level when the teams played Oregon. Jake, whose side are you on, the team or the manager?
Look, I really, really want to be on USC's side in this, because you saw the past that they've had with the cheating scandals and stuff like that. They just got over the sanctions for the Reggie Bush thing.
That's my point exactly. I'm on the student manager's side because I suspect foul play. I'm a little bit, skeptical that it was just his decision alone. Lane Kiffin's a sneaky guy. A lot of people don't like him. Just go to Oakland and Tennessee and they'll tell you they don't like him. And USC itself, that's a sneaky little program
I know,
up there. I don't really trust them.
It is, and I see where you're coming from. I do agree with you that something had to go on behind those scenes to make the student manager do that. But does USC not realize that them deflating the balls they're not just helping themselves?
No, they're helping the other
opposition
team too.
And
and obviously it didn't help them since they lost.
Yeah, I mean that's my issue with the whole thing.
Yeah.
I do believe USC had something to do with this, but at what cost, really?
Exactly.
Michael Vick has found himself in some trouble after his brother took to Twitter and spoke out against the Philadelphia Eagles for not protecting his brother well, and suggested that if they don't protect him better, then that they should trade him. The Eagles QB has since told his brother to, quote, shut it down. Preston, is social media good or bad for athletes?
I love social media with athletes because it is funny, it is entertainment, and you get guys that you may never even heard of, but you know them because of their social media accounts. And like Marcus Vick, he was out of the spotlight, but one simple tweet puts him right back into the ESPN spotlight all week.
And you're right, it is very good. I'm glad that we have social media to see what the athletes are thinking, but it can get people into a lot of trouble if it's abused, and that's where it can be bad.
If they get in trouble, so what? It's their fault. It's their, media people's fault, Monitor your players better. But I think it's fun. I love it. So what if they get in trouble?
But we used to live in an age where we didn't have social media and kids could look up to their idols and think that they were perfect, and that's fine. But as soon as they start saying things like Marcus Vick did, and not that he's anybody's idol, but stuff like that, like you saying stuff on social media.
I think we can both agree that we're way past that era now.
We definitely are, but there are definitely good and bad aspects of social media.
Absolutely. Former Los Angeles Lakers head coach Mike Brown was fired after just 5 games this season, and Mike D'Antoni has been hired to take over the team. Jake, did Kobe have a big role in this?
He did, and I'll tell you why.
I don't think so.
Kobe's been a Laker.
You can tell me.
Kobe's been a Laker for 17 seasons now. What Kobe wants, Kobe gets.
17 seasons, you say?
Yes.
He must be pretty old by now.
He's 34.
Yeah, exactly. He's on the downswing of his career, so he can't have that much impact. What is he going to do? What is he going to do? Are they going to trade him? No one's going to take that contract with him that old.
If you remember correctly, at the beginning of the season when Kobe Bryant was getting interviewed, people asked him, is this Dwight Howard's team now? No, he said, it's my team. And he meant more than just players-wise. Kobe has influence, whether you like it or not, all the way up to Jerry Buss and Mitch Kupchak.
It could be his team if he thinks it's his team, because he just has that Kobe Bryant mentality, that Michael Jordan mentality, that everything is mine. But it's not. This is 100% from management. They didn't like the hire when they did it, but they didn't want to put Brian Shaw in because they didn't want to do the triangle offense anymore. They wanted to get as far away from Phil Jackson as possible.
When you talk about the triangle offense, Mike Brown's Princeton offense is not conducive to that Lakers team. The ball needs to run through Kobe Bryant's hands, and Kobe Bryant is the reason why Mike Brown was fired.
All right.
That is all the time we have for this segment, but make sure you look out for our upcoming blocks where we talk college football, baseball, and basketball.